Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.
All right, welcome to the KVJ After the Show Podcast.
Kevin's eyes look insane, but he's got new hair. Virginia is a witch and she farts in her chair. Jason is a spaz who's got an old man's ass. Welcome to the After the Show Podcast.
Yeah, here we go. All right, baby. After the Show Podcast. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Here it goes. You can stop with all the complaint emails now. We've returned to the podcast format that we were previously on. So thank you for all the feedback, though. Do appreciate it.
But writing hate emails are so much fun, Kevin.
I know.
We tested it to see if it worked, and everybody's pissed.
Well, yeah, just, hey, we will always try out different things because we want to try to find the best situation and solution. And there were some people, it was probably 90% negative, 10% positive, but the people that did have the positives had some good points. And so we'll continue to try to, the reasons why you liked the show broken up into 5 separate little podcasts every single day, we'll take that into account, see if we can't find the sweet spot and how to do that.
But as of right now, we're going back to old school way.
Yeah, going to go back where you're going to have the whole show after the show probably still on there. Just kind of keeps everything easier to find too. We're going to get a cluttered menu on top of it, hard to find stuff. We are going to start adding some different stuff. Likely what you're going to see, well, definitely today, we're going to be dropping a story from a stoner.
Woohoo!
So you want to go check that. That's going to drop on Thursdays, so you'll be able to check that out. And then we are likely going to have, we don't know which day we're going to drop it, but we do this on video where we do the top 5 segments of the week. We're likely going to make that a podcast as well that you can check out. Because you think about sometimes you get behind in life or you've gone on vacation, like going, what the heck's going on at the KVJ show? And I want a quick way to get what I missed. Then we'll likely have a podcast on that would probably be just, about an hour or something like that. So
A couple comments already. Go back to segments, you cowards.
Yes.
That's Metal Beard Dick. Metal Beard Dick is...
Yeah. I would love to have a situation that makes every single person happy. I think right now, the way podcast apps are, they don't have it. I mean, to me, I would like to have everybody where you can find the form that works best for you. But when you do that, if we did it like there would be 18 podcasts would be dropping every single day, and it'd be a complete disaster. So... yeah, so we're going to keep working at it. So keep giving us feedback. If you have a way or you've seen somebody else doing it, some way that you really love, let us know, and we'll continue to look at it. But as of right now, this is what we're going to be doing.
Yeah, give us feedback about the podcast, not about how our face looks.
I know mine's horrifying. I can't do anything about it. Can't do anything about that.
I get that I'm aging. We get it. We get Virginia is fucked.
I want things I can change.
Yeah.
I am getting Botox. I am getting Dysport. So if you don't like this, I'm sorry. There's nothing more I can do.
Well, people get on you for getting Botox, and then people get on you for looking old. So what the fuck?
People get off me. You're heavy.
You are heavy. It is heavy.
And my face is already fucked up enough.
It's heavy.
It's very heavy.
Some of the emails that we got here today. Noel said, hey, I need a Tuesday promise. Wishing you an enjoyable Labor Day weekend, but before you go, KVJ Nation needs a Tuesday promise that you will definitely be on the air giving us post-storm coverage. I mean, how else are we going to find out where the ice distribution locations are?
It's broadcasting excellence. Yeah, there's ice on 19th Street and North Palm Beach. If you live in Boca, sorry, it's a bit of a drive.
We hate it. It's honestly my least favorite time to ever be on the radio. I do understand. For me, because I like to feel like we're doing something entertaining, something that's prepared. And
fun.
And you're just on here saying the most boring shit, and you're just like, ugh. And
Don't touch the power lines. They will zap you.
I hate it, but I get it sometimes. Hurricane just makes everything weird. It changes everything, and so sometimes sometimes you're like, oh, I'm just glad you guys are there. I don't mind that you're just telling me ice distribution. And then, we always run to that fine line where, because everything we do, we try to be goofy. And then, of course, then people start getting pissed that we're not taking the storm seriously enough. You realize somebody be like, oh, we had 3 people die in this storm and you're making a joke out of it.
There's a broken tree limb on the corner of Military and Federal.
That tree limb fell on my grandmother.
The corner of Military and Federal.
I'm not real good at directions.
Yeah, this is who you got on.
That's what we
This
get.
is the A-team.
For hurricane
That's what you
coverage,
get.
you got my goofy ass involved.
That's what you get. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, nothing's in our control on what it'll be. If we go to a serious storm, they turn on the serious people.
Yeah.
They put on Channel 12, I think, because that's our official weather partner.
Yeah, and so they'll take over the airwaves, and then it's just whenever they give us the green light to come back in, we'll...
Remember back at our old station, it was the first hurricane, and we were doing wall-to-wall coverage.
Yeah.
And we were there till like
2004, yeah.
3 p.m.
Yeah.
And it was weird because Kevin was still hosting it, but we had all of these side people that weren't even on the air coming in and grabbing the microphone and taking over the show, and you about lost your fucking mind.
I think I just walked out.
You did.
I just said, fuck this, and I just walked out. You guys can have it. I'm like, I don't need to fight for airtime. Go
Two
ahead.
guys steamrolls Kevin about fighting about where you could get ice, and Kevin's like, all right, I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I did. I just left.
And I followed you.
And they're like, where are you going? I'm like, they got this.
They got it.
I'm like,
They want it.
Yeah.
There was 9 people in the studio. Hurricane!
This is not what I do. This is not my strength zone. Yeah. When we get back to fart jokes, call me in.
Yes.
That's what I do well. I still remember laughing so hard at Kevin and Jaybird's last post-prom or post-storm coverage with conversations that went something like this. Kevin, the Publix on Lake Worth Road is open, racetrack, blah, 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 blah. Body Details is open for business, and Jaybird is singing the Body Details jingle. So... Body details.
What about that bit y'all did, Hurricane Homos?
That was
awesome.
a real thing.
Yeah,
we got
it
an
was.
email about that.
Yeah. I'm bored. I'm straight, but my buddy's starting to look good.
Every hurricane angle you could think of, we were doing it.
Trying to think of everything that you could possibly do.
The management kind of shut it down when we went into hurricane or cocaine.
We're going to make a noise. It's either the sound of the storm or us doing blow. Hurricane or cocaine. Yeah, Noel wishing the best for everybody this weekend. And we obviously do as well. So we hope that everybody weathers the storm well. People think that we're like wishing death on people. We're not.
No, who's thinking that shit?
No, I'm just telling like people like when you don't get a face of seriousness and address a storm in a serious manner.
But that's kind of how some people's personality, they like to be a little light and goofy even though they're looking death in the face.
I hear you. Yeah,
Damn.
That's why I don't like to be a part of it.
I'm not saying that the hurricane's death. You know what I mean.
Something to think about too is the tree trimming stuff. Yeah, I got some like dead branches. I got to deal with that kind of crap. So it's all these little things. That's it. It's just like little pain in the ass things you got to do. Be like, that's right. I got to clean that up. Got to do this. My wife has this thing that outside. For some reason, we didn't plant all of the foliage that we have. She put them in potted plants. So I have to bring in like 20 potted plants that are heavy as hell. They're all like 150 pounds.
Get that workout in.
Oh my gosh. The problem is it's bending over though, so you don't really get a workout. All you do is throw your back out. And so you're like laying inside dirty, like, I can't move. And you can't even, it's just terrible.
You're going to be in pain, and you better do this
Terrible.
quick because you get on an airplane tomorrow morning.
I'm just going to let the shit blow away. Honestly.
The Jason Pennington way?
Honestly, if it ain't meant to be here, it will not be here after the storm. That's just the way I want to do
It's
it.
up to you, God. What do
Yeah.
you want us to keep?
Yeah, you know what? God, you're our gardener. What stays is because of your will. What is gone, it was just meant to be.
I'm a big fan of flip a coin, see what happens.
Yeah. I think that's where I'm going to go with this. Let me see. We got Alex here giving us a quick little review. Today, the Star Wars land opens up. Disney. I know it's probably not the first thing a lot of people are thinking about today with the storm out there, but he said, my wife and our annual pass holders at Disney World and a lot of our fellow annual pass holders, including us, got early access to the Star Wars land. I am a huge Star Wars fan. I love every movie that has ever come out, sorry, Jaybird, and I was disappointed on this park. The details were amazing. The Millennium Falcon display was beautiful, but the ride was garbage, and
Really?
the land was overall a letdown.
Really?
I was hoping for so much more. Later this year, they are releasing another ride that is supposed to be the greatest ride Disney has ever made, so they say. I hope this is true. I hope you have the opportunity to check it out. Absolutely go, but don't expect this magical Star Wars experience.
Huh.
That's a guy who loves everything Star Wars and Disney, and he's like, overrated.
Sometimes it happens. I mean, there's a lot of hype around this, and there's a lot of hype, and there's not much to do with the hype. There's that one ride, then you've got the blue milk stuff. But if you're going to have all that hype, you should have 4 or 5 rides ready to go, or 4 or 5 at least attractions ready to go.
Like the Harry Potter world, they've got several rides, and that's really cool.
You go to Potter, you're getting pottered.
Oh, Potter is awesome. I don't even like Potter, and I'm like, wow, Potter brings it.
Potter broke me. I mean, that ride, I've never looked at rides the same way. We were doing a thing at Kids Fest, and it was this little rinky-dink, small. It wasn't rinky. It was just a smaller ride, and I was shuddering at that thing because of the Harry Potter ride. It fucked me up, dog.
Yeah, somebody tweeted at us earlier and said that as far as demand about Disney, nowadays there is like no non-peak hours. But the hype from Star Wars won't go down for a while. The Toy Story hype was forever. So you're going to have lines. Maybe if the word gets out that it sucks, then maybe it'll be less. But
I'm still a Haunted Mansion guy. I love Haunted Mansion. And I love actually Small World because you can just sit your fat ass down and enjoy the air condition and just sit.
Nice.
I love it. It's just
I know. I love the rides where you can sit and be cool.
Sit.
The float rides are my favorite.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
That's a great ride.
I know.
That
I
ride.
do. I like that one too.
Dr. Astrid, a historian fan, sent us this valuable information. We were talking about yesterday on Fact or Fiction, where it had said that lemons will float, limes will sink, and we tried it out, and they both floated. And then I went to like 5 different pages on the internet, like they say they all backed it up.
Oh, people are calling us stupid yesterday. They said we did it wrong.
Well, how did we do it wrong?
I don't think we
It's water
did.
and it's a lemon. It's water and it's a lime.
Yeah. But listening to you debate the veracity of internet facts, I want to share a few rules that us scholars follow. Only believe the sites which end in .edu or .org because they provide the source documentation. Otherwise, don't believe jack.
Ah.
.edu or .org. If not, then don't believe the hype.
Okay.
Okay.
That .org. I'm going to start using that on the fake sites that I use. Oh, yeah. Bigfoot.org. It's real.
Mosquito problem. Virginia short-term fix here from Sherry. Tell V to buy a mosquito light killer to put in her room. This will zap them away. I bought one on Amazon. It works great.
Really?
$37.
So I have a question about mosquitoes, and I might have asked it before, and I don't think I got an answer. When you kill a mosquito, because there was a huge one in Denny's studio last night, and he smacked it, he killed it, and he got all of his blood on his hand, but it wasn't on him. It wasn't his blood because he did it to a point where
That's the last guy's blood.
Is it the last person's blood? Do we know that for a fact? Is it the mosquito's blood? And can you get a disease other than, I'm talking like HIV, from a mosquito? You've always heard that thing.
I don't know, but I think it's they store the blood. They've got it. They've got blood. They eat your blood. So how is it not the last guy's blood? And that EEE virus, I said it wrong the other day. I said AAA. It's not AAA. It's triple E.
Big
equine. It's like equine something. And it is killing people, and it's mosquitoes that transfer it.
Well, encephalitis, malaria.
That's what it is. It's equine encephalitis.
Encephalitis. I went to school with a girl who got hit with encephalitis. It's no joke, man.
So if you killed a mosquito and that had a tainted blood supply in there from somebody else who had a terrible disease, and you just do that, could you then get it if you had an open cut?
That's that's what I've always wanted to know, and I can never get a straight answer. And I don't trust the internet anymore.
I think if the same mosquito bites somebody with the EEE, and then he bites you, you got the EEE.
But here's the thing, though. If HIV was a thing where mosquitoes were giving them to people, you would hear about this shit constantly.
I don't know about the HIV. I'm just saying the EEE.
Oh, yeah, you definitely can get encephalitis from a mosquito. Totally. That's a fact.
That's a fact?
That is
that on .edu?
It's on
Bigfoot.edu?
No, it's on mosquitofats.org.
Mosquito fats? Is that a mosquito
fat.
pool player?
They're really fat mosquitoes.
I thought I said facts, but I think I say a lot of shit.
Who knows? Yeah, I was checking out one thing that I've been delving into was the intermittent fasting stuff. I think this is the thing that Kimmel's doing. Somebody said this is the alternate day fasting.
That's what he does. He
Oh
takes
my
a whole
gosh.
entire day.
That's crazy. I'm doing like maybe 14 or 16 hours trying to do that, and then I have like an 8-hour window in which I eat. But the alternate day fasting, listen to this. Researchers had people alternate 36 hours over a day and a half of 0-calorie intake with 12 hours of unlimited eating.
I did that my senior year in baseball. I was trying to cut weight, and I would starve myself for a day, then I would eat, and then it went back and forth. I did that for about 3 weeks, and I lost a shit ton of weight.
Really?
A shit ton of weight. I looked like a different person. And honestly, a little under a month.
They're saying...
But can you go a whole day? I can't.
And you know, the weird thing about it is just what people are saying as they're doing it. And honestly, the weird thing about it was last night, I really wasn't hungry. I hadn't eaten for about 7 hours. I'd, done my 2 little meals, and then the family was going out to eat. And it's kind of a weird thing where it's like I was going to go and not eat, but then sometimes like I get, people are busting my balls about, it feels weird. You're sitting here staring at us. So I'm like.
It is weird to sit there at a restaurant and not eat. It's weird.
So I get so many comments if I go, but I just want to be with the family. So I'm like, okay, I got to eat even though I'm really not hungry. And I didn't feel hungry. Weird thing was I ate and then I felt hungry. Odd thing.
That's kind of like when I go to bed at night and I eat before I go to bed, and when I wake up I should be stuffed and filled.
You're
But
starving.
I'm actually pretty damn hungry.
Yeah.
I know. I think you train your stomach.
Yeah, and I think that's what it is. After people are saying that if you do the fasting for a while, then you don't think about it. You just have liquid, non-calorie liquid.
I've actually
and
done
you're
that. I've done that a couple times in my life where I did the day off, day on, and you have to have a psycho mentality to be able to pull that off.
I'm plenty psycho, but I'm also plenty hungry.
You do have to have a little bit of grit. You go to bed hungry. It's fucking miserable.
I can't go to bed hungry.
Oh,
That's
it's
the
bad.
thing. I'll just lay there and think about it.
Now, I will say the results did work though.
Yeah. I mean, this is what they're saying. Researchers are trying out this, all different fasting, and they say the alternate day, people who did the 36 off, 12 on, those dieters reached a mean calorie restriction of about 35%. I'm not even sure what that means, but they lost an average of 7.7 pounds during 4 weeks. So they found that it was effective, and it sounds like researchers are now liking this and approving of this.
That was the shit I was doing before we went down to Miami. 1 day on with food, 1 day off. I'm running with fucking trash bags on my treadmill.
Yeah. It's crazy.
It's very crazy.
It's working.
I don't recommend it. I don't think it's the healthiest of things to do.
Not a good look.
No.
You look like a crazy person.
Well, I'm even talking about I'm not even recommending the day on of food and the day off. It's not living, and it's one of those things where you're doing it to hit a goal.
Got John in Jacksonville. He's got a few ideas for us.
All right.
Said, KVJ, 2 questions. 1, would it be possible for y'all to do a full show on the podcast? Logistically, you could run a best of on the broadcast while recording the podcast. Okay.
Wait, say that again?
Like on air, we'd run a best of as we're recording a full-length podcast, 2.5-hour podcast.
We could do that.
But why though?
Well, the problem is you'd run out of best ofs pretty quickly, and people would notice pretty fast, and the ratings would tank on the regular show, which is where we make a lot of money. So, yeah, we could maybe do that, but we'd probably
he means like permanently?
I think, yes.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
Not-
we'd be out of work in about 3 months, probably.
We've done that before, but just for like a emergency situation.
Yeah, there's different stuff that you can do.
Bosses might have a problem with us being live for the podcast, but then putting best ofs during the show live on the air.
Yeah,
they might not like that.
Yeah,
Unless there wasn't a good reason.
Well,
I
they're
think
making
advertisers would be pissed too.
Well, they make money off the live show, and they don't really make any money off the podcast now, so so that wouldn't fly. But I get it. So
I
that worked there.
like his thinking.
Trust me, I'd throw anything up against the wall.
Now we could, if we wanted to do if we ever wanted to do like a 3.5 hour after the show podcast one day just for the smell of it. It's 3.5 hours of just lawlessness.
Yeah, I just don't know what you talk about. Like for
You'd
me,
have to plan it out.
Oh my, well, yeah. It takes about every waking moment just to get like a regular what we do every day together. I would just be in here and be like, I don't know, what do you want to talk about? I don't know, what do you want to talk
Oh,
about?
I'd have shit to talk about. It wouldn't be good.
Yeah.
I'd have stuff to talk about.
Number 2, can we bring back the bird working the sound effects during the whacked out news? Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, I think one day we just forgot about it and just never got back
I
to
thought
it.
I was kind of starting to annoy y'all and some of the audience, and I don't know. I get very trigger happy with it.
It's fun at first too, and I think the novelty maybe just wore off.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let the people vote on it.
Yeah.
I mean, saying we've gotten one email in a year, it shows that people are really wanting it.
Chomping at the bits.
We need it.
Talking about the sound effects, Eric said, find yourself a man that loves you like Kev loves that explosion sound effect button. Seriously, though, I love how much you love that thing, Kevin.
I think you need to do it more.
All right.
More sound effects. The people want them, Virginia.
Effects,
All right, you want sound effects, motherfuckers? You're getting them on Monday.
No, you're not. It's a holiday.
Never mind. You're
You're getting a hurricane on Monday. You get some real explosions.
I'll go outside and record some.
Your shit might be blowing up.
I think sometimes you just need somebody to, like, knock you over the head with the 2x4 and knock some sense into you. And, you know, we get some emails sometimes, and this is kind of like one of those type emails. Like, I don't know, I guess you just got to hear it.
Who did something wrong?
All of us.
No, it's not like that. It's just, I'll read it for you and just be like, come on, girl. I'm in a situation with my boyfriend of 2 years. Before we started dating, he knew this woman of 6 years. According to him, that's his, quote, spiritual wife.
What?
And she sees him as her, quote, spiritual husband.
Oh, hell no.
He has told me that he has never slept with her, even though I have seen naked pictures of them together. He mentions that, yes, in fact, they were naked, but nothing happened between them.
Whatever.
Because he never had that type of relationship with her. Now, during the past 2 years of our relationship, this woman has been non-existent up until recently. He hasn't talked to this person in over 2 years. Pretty much during the duration of a relationship. But now that they have started communicating again, they legit talk every day.
Ay, ay, ay.
The messages I've seen between them, she's called him hubby wubby, baby love, as if they are in a relationship. I spoke to him about how uncomfortable their conversation had made me feel. In fact, he stated he was going to stop talking to her because he wanted to respect our relationship. During those days that he did stop talking to her, she would message and text him husband or ask where he would disappear to. She would text him almost every day. I even told him to tell her to stop with the messages, but he would say that she would eventually stop. Don't worry about it. Well, fast forward till now, he's completely doing the opposite of what he said he was going to do. They've even talked on the phone. He doesn't defend me with her. I read messages where he tells her I'm jealous of the relationship they have, and she agrees with him, and that I would never understand that type of relationship. What should I do? I even moved from South Florida to Central Florida to be with him. Help me, Vicious V.
I can tell what Walls Pennington would do. Walls Pennington, I'm out.
This guy's not respecting you. And here's what probably happened. She, in the 2 years that you were first with him, she probably had a boyfriend or something going on in her love life. She was busy. Now she's single, and now she's trying to just stir it up because she's bored, and she's stirring it up with your man. Your man needs to stand up for your relationship and say, this is not cool. My girl has a problem with this. It's inappropriate for me to talk with another woman like I talk with you. So I have to stop. If he doesn't do that, that tells you he values her more than he values you.
I don't even need to do any of that bullshit. I'm not even kidding you.
Yeah.
With what you just read me right there,
No.
no shit. Walls Pennington, I'm not fucking putting up with that shit. I'm out. You deserve better than that. Dump his ass. That's what I think.
He doesn't have any respect for you.
No, you got to get out. Get out of
Get
Central
out.
Florida. Come back home.
He's telling you right now that he's not going to tell her to stop.
If they were so close, if they're so close in their spiritual connection and they're just friends, where the fuck was she for 2 years? They're so
She had a
close.
boyfriend.
Because they
I'm
are
telling you.
Yeah, they're attracted to each other. You know, you're writing into the show because deep down you know the answer. Dump his ass.
Yeah.
They banged before and they're going to bang again. And all that spiritual bullshit is just a bag of crap.
It's ridiculous.
Life's too short to put up with that horse shit.
And it sounds like he may want out of the relationship. So you have to be ready to pick up your stuff and just go.
Well, you just can't ever expect to do that. That's insane. Like
You can't.
No.
He probably expects you to say you won't take it and go.
I would just put everything through the Mexican Queen filter. And I'm like, okay, imagine I'm in this situation. I've got a spiritual wife.
Hubby Wubby.
and she ever texts me, Hubby Wubby.
It's awful.
Holy shit, my life would be over. I
First
can't
of all-
even tell you, like, she would end me, she would end her. There
would be blood.
And Hubby Wubby is such an annoying fucking term of endearment.
It
Hubby
would no,
Wubby.
it would not happen. Yeah, I would like to bring her in here. Just be like, okay, how would the queen handle this? Because you would get the first of all, she would not put up with it. Would just that would be over. But the means in how she would destroy everyone's life on her way out is what I think would be fascinating. Because she would just, boom, she would blow up everything that is going on, and then she'd be back in South Florida.
She already talked to her boyfriend about all this stuff. He's still being a dick.
Yeah.
Now, he's
You're
done.
done.
Just because you have history doesn't mean you have future. And I think too many girls stay in a
That's a
bad
good one, Virginia.
situation.
Yeah.
Definitely heard that on a podcast.
Definitely heard that on a podcast.
That's great.
Just because you have history don't mean you have future. And then you snap and you shake your neck.
See, you ruined it right there. You had something good cooking, and then just your sassiness just totally fucked it.
I'm sorry, my sassiness fucks up a lot.
Yes, it does. Yeah, the truest statement in 019.
Go ask Panda.
Oh, you don't have to. You can see it in his eyes. He just stares out the window.
But any man who's going to do you that way, he's already checked out of loving you and treating you right.
Well, he's an asshole.
The novelty of you has worn off, and now he's just going to act like a jerk. You deserve better.
If that's what's really going on, and that's how it's really shaken down, then you need to leave him.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty much it. But yeah, we get some of these emails. They're just like going, wait, what?
It matters to the heart. And
it's
and
hard.
a lot
I
of
hear
people
you.
think they can't do better than their current relationship. I've seen it in people in my personal life that are with somebody, and like you're just saying, you're like, wake up. Wake up! What are you doing? And then it gets down to I'm afraid of trying to find someone new. I don't think
I'm afraid of change.
I'm afraid to be alone. I don't want to be lonely.
I don't think I have the money to go out on my own.
There's always an excuse to stay in a shitty situation. Mm-hmm. What about that
Break
quote?
up with him and then go find a new shitty guy.
This is funny because
I'm just kidding.
Suits
I'm trolling the bird.
sent me this email. This came from his apartment building he lives in West Palm. And it says, I'm sorry to have to send out a mass communication about this instead. First of all, who the fuck wrote this?
Is this copied and pasted?
I am sorry to have to send out mass communication about this instead of important information. Who is the idiot that wrote that? Like that is the first sentence as I just read it verbatim.
That is my building manager.
How
Not
did this
very good.
come to you? Via email or
Yeah,
text?
it's a mass communication email that they sent out. Normally, it's for building updates and like
Did
they were
he
doing hurricane
read it
updates.
before he sent it?
I think it's written out of rage based on the way he ends it.
I am sorry to have to send out mass communication about this instead of important information. However, in the past week or so, we have had someone putting fake snakes and cockroaches in the elevators. I am sure that
just wait what he says.
I am sure that I do not have to say that this will not be tolerated, and if I find out who is doing it, they will be punished to the full extent of the law, including eviction if they are renting. Please let me know if you have any information on who is putting these items in the elevator.
Oh, I know what I'm doing tonight.
They have so many snakes at the dollar store.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just trying to figure out what's the legal penalty for putting a fake cockroach in an elevator.
Eviction?
I feel like you can't do
Eviction?
that.
And the motherfucker doesn't have cameras in his elevator?
No, we don't have them.
What?
Oh, you have just, my friend, set yourself up for...
Oh, my God. No
Now,
cameras?
I need to go prepare for a hurricane, but unfortunately, this trumped it all.
I have to go buy rubber snakes.
I just love how angry he is.
Yes, priorities have just switched a great bit. Yes.
Oh, that's awesome.
Now there will be a camera actually in the elevator to get his reaction "Ah!" when he comes unglued.
Yeah, he can't kick me out. My ass don't live there.
Yes.
Evict me.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny, man. Look at people all twisted. That's crazy. Somebody sent in. I'll give credit where it's due. Joey said, hey, I love some of the hurricane hacks, but I know you guys are doing it throughout the show. I only got like a little bit here and there. Can you put them all together like in one place and tag it? I think what we'll do, we can go through, I'll have Thumbelina grab some of the hurricane hats we talked about and have the KVJ hurricane hacks. Now, what we're doing, and we're trying to get it all together, and it's still, I don't know, kind of a little case of fuckery, but when we get it all organized, we got the KVJ E-Blast that we're trying to really kind of get it together, get it organized, get it more functional, and all that kind of good stuff. But we're going to be sending out like e-blasts with stuff like that has
Tips.
good KVJ information. You'll be getting like the weekend stuff because people always go, hey, what'd you say is going on this weekend? So it'll have like that kind of stuff on there. And we'll have, if you have like some information, you'd be like, oh, okay, cool. They're like hacks. Like each email will have like 3 or 4 different things on that. I think if they go to kvjshow.com, can they sign up for the e-blast right now? Because I know I went on there and signed myself up, and I've never gotten one e-blast from us.
Can we?
So that's why I'm saying it's
Shit
still,
broke.
Yeah, it ain't working right.
Can we insert a link to some of our YouTube stuff in the?
Absolutely, yeah.
Love it.
It'll be like the top 5 clips of the week, and it'll be like if you like the KVJ show, you'll want to get this email.
Love it.
So we're working on it, and like I said, that would be a good way to do it. So we could send out to anybody who already gets the KVJ e-blasts. We could send it out there, and we can post it on our website, which is also kind of broken. So we'll try to get that fixed too.
So is our microphones. They're broke.
Yeah, microphones kind of broken.
Our phones aren't working great either,
Yes.
and then Denny's computer screen is still fucked.
Yeah, so we have.
Has the hurricane already hit us?
It feels like it, yes. It's called Hurricane Alpha. We're trying to repair, hopefully, what Hurricane Alpha did.
Kevin said it, and I believe him. He goes, at college, he had better equipment.
Yeah, we did. But we got a new company and they, that was the cool thing when I went to Orlando, got to hang with some of them, and they're like, hey, look, I'm talking to one of the heads of the company. He's like, we botching companies can do stuff to make it look all good and this and that. And he said, we bought it. We're like, oh, okay, great. We're happy to get all these stations, especially RMF. And he said, when we got there, though, it's kind of like buying a car, and you look under the hood, you're like, holy shit, there's no engine. And that was kind of it. They got in there like, well, we didn't realize that you guys had no resources, that all your shit was broke. And so they're like, we realize we're probably in the next year we're going to lose money because we got to get you guys up to speed. So that's a cool thing. The new company is recognizing that. But like I said, from, pretty much our last company, which left us destitute, we have to go and kind of get everything
so
fixed
far,
and put back up.
Everything I've seen about the new company, it says they'll do it right.
Yeah.
And that is great. It's refreshing to come from a company that says they were going to do it wrong.
Yeah, and they're doing a lot of good stuff, and I'm, buddying up to them, and I got a couple more chances next week. I'm going to be hanging out with them again. And
get those lips
you
ready.
go out there and you put on a show. You dance, monkey.
Yeah.
You kiss every ass.
Kiss
you need to
every
kiss.
ass.
Oh, I am. Don't worry.
If you got to do more than kiss ass, you know what I'm talking about. You do it.
I think kissing ass will be good enough. Luckily, nobody wants this. That's the good news, Virginia.
If they want it, though, you're giving it.
Nobody wants it.
Nobody wants this. We're good. So we'll try to get that, and we'll also and maybe we can put that hack list up on our Facebook page and where we can on social media. So we'll try to get it covered. But thank you for the ideas. You can always send them to us, mail@kvjshow.com. We'll see what the storm brings us, and we'll be on as much as we can here and do whatever we can. But check out our social media, all that kind of good stuff. Stay tuned for what's up. And I'll talk to y'all till then. Good luck, and I'm sure we'll all meet back here soon. Goodbye.
Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.